we have the classic Tilelands-esque layout. Both our participants are getting started on Wollywogs. PikPik is Louis and SBU is Olimar. Just for reference, it's always good to get that established. SBU has already got in his Wollywog, I believe. Yep, yes he has. PikPik is just getting his in now. SBU has already secured a mini. Oh no, SBU hasn't got his Wollywog yet. It just looked like he had because of the camera, and I wasn't fully paying attention to that part of the screen. But now, SBU is finally getting in this Wollywog. It seems PikPik actually is taking the initiative here. He gets his Wollywog down in just one cycle. SBU is now starting to catch up, and he's going for the Dumpelore. Down it goes. Pretty simple, really. PikPik is rapidly moving through mid, navigating his way around, taking down the Dumples, trying to get some minis. Or just clearing out the way. Well, both, probably. He's bringing the Dumples back, intent on upping his numbers in the face of the fact that the Pikmin counts are now 43 to 26. SBU has now arrived in mid, and he's also taking down a bunch of Dumples. Now that they're all dead, he gets to take some cherries back with him. There's one of the Wollywogs. I believe on all the layouts they have cherries in them, but I could be wrong. It could just be that specific layout, but I'm pretty sure it would be in all of them. That was weird. It jumped, but it didn't. And yep, there's the cherry. Wouldn't make much sense if it didn't drop the cherry on all the layouts. PikPik now contends with the volatile Dweevil, which manages to get one kill. So SBU now has a Pluckaphone. Now's not a very good time to use it, though. He knows that. Though he might just use it anyway, just to see what he can get from the next cherry. But SBU knows that he'll probably have a fair few Pikmin back in base that he's going to want plucked soon. It's 35 Pikmin to 43, as SBU is losing more Pikmin to the Dumplings. He indeed cycles out the Pluckaphone and gets a volatile Dweevil, as he's getting started on the marbles. Meanwhile, PikPik is also getting started on a different marble. Well, the volatile Dweevil actually works in PikPik's favor, as it blows up the Dumples that were harassing his diggers. SBU brings in yet another cherry, and he's one mini away from a full marble. PikPik detects SBU's marble carriers over there. He's too far away to intercept them. The Dumples don't exactly have things for him either. Meanwhile, SBU is taking down another Wollywog, clearing out this hallway. He's going to intercept PikPik's marble. And his cherry. PikPik has arrived, and he bitters to get what he needs to get through. SBU decides to wait out the bitter, knowing that the squad counts, and seemingly also top, are on his side. Another of PikPik's marbles gets carried into SBU's path, and here comes PikPik to make sure it comes in through for him. Meanwhile, SBU returns to mid to seize two marbles over there as he gets in his third. Despite PikPik's efforts, he still hasn't had a single one come in. The jelly float is at SBU's base. Meanwhile, PikPik does finally get in one of his yellow marbles. Breaks open an egg to get some nectar. And he sees one of the marbles SBU was digging out. But SBU is back at his base. If he can't get to that marble fast enough, well, that's the thing. The bases are actually fairly close to each other. Knowing this, SBU spices, and PikPik only manages to get a partial bit out. Out of Pikmin, and out of time. This is the state of the round for PikPik right now. Once again, SBU has pulled it off. Discovering the main weakness of his opponent, that being that PikPik seems to use bitters a bit too readily, SBU managed to exploit that to avoid being full bittered in a way that could counter his strategy. And we see how that worked for him. SBU 1, PikPik 0! Now, we have this layout. I don't have a good name for it. The layout where there are two cannon beetles, and you can get one to kill the other. Because it can launch rock over the top of that. And we see PikPik demonstrate this perfectly. Meanwhile, SBU opted for killing the one on the left first. We'll see in time whether this was the better choice. This PikPik is now taking on the one on his left. SBU is gathering up the sheer grubs. PikPik tries to deal with the electrical wire, manages to do so with no losses. SBU is now taking quite some time to deal with Cannon Beetle right. It looks like getting the one on the left to kill the one on the right is the play here. Which PikPik went for and SBU didn't, allowing PikPik to take the initiative. However, despite that, well, SBU was leading in Pikmin count until very recently, and soon he will be once again. So maybe his approach does have some upsides to it. Either that or he's just faster. Probably a bit of, no. Yeah, probably a bit of both. Or in SBU's case, quite a lot of both. As SBU is now going for the blowhog, getting that out of the way. Pretty formidable obstacle if you don't deal with it. As he gets a bitter from the cherries, which he immediately uses to deny PikPik spicy. Could this be the end? You bet PikPik is not happy about this. As he goes to pluck, he gets launched into the ground by the sudden appearance of Cannon Beetle, which is now dead because it only lives for 10 seconds. As SBU gets in his first marble and PikPik his second. It looks like despite the fact that PikPik lost that fight, he's still winning the war, as it were. Now PikPik is taking down the other blowhard, because there is another one. And SBU is exploiting his absence from his base to go for a steal with a spicy. PikPik desperately tries to arrive in time, but finds that there's a Cannon Beetle blocking the way. PikPik bitters SBU's Spicied squad, as Beetle's life timer finally runs out. SBU weathers the bitter once again, and he moves to intercept a marble that PikPik has actually left a substantial number of Pikmin waiting in the wings to defend. Not only that, but SBU... I don't know what happened just there. But the marble counts are 3-2. But nonetheless, SBU's steal managed to reach his onion. All of that was happening back there, with PikPik and SBU in the corridor, was a distraction from what really mattered. SBU 2, PikPik 0! I bet PikPik remembers this map quite well. On this map, he handed a humiliating defeat to Curtis. Although how much of that was actually down to him playing well is debatable. SBU will likely be a much tougher opponent on this map. What do I mean? What am I saying likely? Of course he is. He's already proven to be. Both SBU and PikPik are taking the field quite early, getting a lot of Shearwigs out of the way and into the onion. They're both growing, but SBU is growing faster, and PikPik should take note of that. All of this time attacking the snitch bug may cost him in the long run. As PikPik gets started on a marble before SBU, despite being behind in the Pikmin count, as SBU, bringing far more Pikmin to bear, deals with the snitch bug much faster. It's 45-42, but SBU is being a lot more productive about this. Snitch bugs continue to get in his way, but he's undeterred. PikPik has now surpassed him in the Pikmin count, but at the cost of initiative in the field.
Did that shoe just come out of the scale? I didn't think that was possible.
And SBU has made it to mid first, where he has free reign over the marbles until PikPik can also get there. He's desperately trying to get there, and he uses seesaw blocks to block SBU's marble. This is what we want to see on Concrete Playground. This is what it was designed for.
That was really good. And that marble is
Seesaw
found
block finally goes down, and SBU's marble gets across. But while it does so, PikPik manages to dig out 3 marbles. If SBU doesn't get back there in time, his goose could well be cooked. Seeing this, he spices, as wisely he should. But PikPik is desperately trying to stop him with the seesaw block. It's a full bitter! PikPik manages to get the marble across uncontested. As marble number 2 comes in, SBU desperately chases after marble number 4, as number 3 is already too late for him. But PikPik now has proximity, and he's ready to leverage it. Here we see a full bitter for PikPik now. He needs to suffer with. But he might still be able to win this fight. Especially... well, I don't know, SBU's still around, so spicing here would not be the best play. As he gets bittered again. And now he bitters as well. SBU has one more bitter than PikPik does, but PikPik is wisely conserving his spices until such a point as when SBU might exhaust his supply of bitters. SBU only commands 14 Pikmin, and PikPik is trying to abuse the seesaw blocks to stall his advance. However, the positioning isn't right. PikPik gets a game-changing bitter from the cherries. It may turn a very slim margin. It may turn a victory by a very slim margin. Well, never mind. He didn't even need it. This is something SBU does not experience every day, folks. In fact, he almost never experiences it. For the first time in a long time, SBU has successfully been outplayed. SBU 2, PikPik 1. Welcome to Rainmaker Ring. And there it is, the layout that gave it its name. All 7 marbles in a ring around the Rainmaker. PikPik takes the field first. He manages, despite the toxic blowhard, to get those 2 dwarf orbs down. Seeing this, SBU also ventures into the field relatively early. PikPik tries, perhaps unwisely, to snag the Rainmaker. It doesn't look buried. Well, no, I don't think it is. But nonetheless, it's quite hard to get at that position. PikPik only now realizes he didn't get all of his pellets in at the start. Possibly putting him behind. Oh no, he's got the +10. He's not behind anymore. The Rainmaker was off, but SBU is ready to intercept it. But here comes PikPik, ready to bitter at a moment's notice. He really wants this to work. But he realizes it's not going to. So he retreats. And he gets a bitter from the cherries. This could be his ticket to victory. As in comes SBU with the Rainmaker. PikPik needs to scramble together the defense quickly. which he does. But SBU is on the way to somewhere. Oh, back to his own base. Leaving the Rainmaker right there is quite dangerous for PikPik. It essentially confines him to his base unless and until he moves it. Right now, it seems to be an arms race, and by arms, I mean Pikmin. Who can hit the big 5-0 first? Because that will ultimately decide, in both their minds, where the Rainmaker ends up. SBU flowers up with the power of the cherries as the Rainmaker approaches. PikPik has one more bitter than SBU, he better not screw it up. But he doesn't even want to. This was all a setup. Well, maybe. Maybe it was a legitimate loss. But I feel like if this wasn't all part of the plan, PikPik would have used some bitters there. PikPik's moving out, seeing that it's 49 to 26. He grabs more cherries. As he seeks to take advantage of SBU's moment of weakness with the watery blowhog to get in the Rainmaker. It just might work! Okay, it's very likely to work now. PikPik bit us for a second time. SBU bit us for the second and last time. Thanks to the luck of the cherries, PikPik is poised perfectly to get a win he probably doesn't deserve. But that's just the way the cherries form. And it's why you always need to be mindful of them. SBU 2, PikPik 2. SBU is not necessarily the fastest of the participants in this tournament, but he's definitely well up there. Against opponents who are slightly faster than him, he can win with his strategy. But he has plenty of speed to go with it as well. But it seems PikPik has actually been the one to collect all of his pellets first. There's a straight path between the onions. PikPik might have something in mind. PikPik says, "Who dares wins!" And SBU says, "I ain't having none of that." It seems PikPik made the wrong call, calling off his attack, allowing SBU to run in with the spicy. Circle around, get bittered. And here comes PikPik with the save. But SBU has left plenty of his Pikmin back at PikPik's onion. PikPik bitters, but he's now out of bitters. But SBU still has one more spicy and two more bitters. PikPik defends his marble and gets in 3 yellow ones. But SBU runs in for a second steal which PikPik might not be able to defend against this time. He's all out of bitters. I don't think this is gonna work out. SBU intercepts the last marble PikPik had, as PikPik desperately tries to save his marble. But here comes SBU bringing up the rear. And secures the marble. PikPik put up much more of a fight than I expected. But SBU managed to outmaneuver him after PikPik made a critical blunder. SBU 3, PikPik 2. Right out of the gate, SBU takes down a Dwarf Bulborb, only for a watery Blowhog to fall from the sky next to the egg. Meanwhile, PikPik has a much less rough start. Well, potentially it could get rougher. Well, the Bulborb is finally down. Now goes that one as well. SBU finally deals with the watery Blowhog. No Blowhog jump scare phases him. But PikPik is, as a result of all this, ahead on the growth. And he seeks to capitalize on that to grow his lead further. But if he doesn't play this smart, SBU will come out on top. As he already seems to be. A cherry fell off the map next to PikPik and then slid right towards him when it respawned. And that's convenient, huh? But now, despite all the initiative PikPik took, SBU has not only more Pikmin, but he actually has most of them under his command right now. If I were PikPik, I would return to base and consolidate my numbers. This is possibly the worst time to start on a marble. But I think this is PikPik's attempt at a distraction. If SBU kills those Pikmin, PikPik will have them back soon enough anyway. And if he doesn't, they'll soon dig up the marble. But he does. Because he wants to seize the marble as soon as he can. He would have done so anyway, but PikPik left for him a little bit of resistance to make that a bit more difficult. All in all, a solid play in my opinion. But PikPik probably isn't where he needs to be right now. He's flowering up, hoping that will be the decider, allowing him to get over to where he needs to be faster. And that the difference, and that the time saved will outweigh the time he spent flowering them up in the first place. The volatile Dweevil meets its end as PikPik is in a position to secure 2 marbles. Well, none of the Blowhogs have anything to say about it, and they do. SBU brings in his first marble with his second, following up shortly after. The fiery Blowhog is down, and the watery one poses no threat. In fact, it would be better for PikPik to keep it alive in case SBU comes around. But now it's out of the watery Blowhog's range, so it doesn't matter anymore. PikPik grabs up cherries, knowing he's gonna need them. SBU could intercept some, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's seen how dangerous cherries can be if left unattended. So he is grabbing them up with his superior numbers. As marble number 3 is in for SBU, and he is in perfect position to take the 4th marble and thus the win. It's 48 to 30. I don't know if PikPik stands a chance here. Something crazy would have to happen for SBU's plan to go wrong now. And that may be exactly what PikPik is banking on. Well, what couldn't happen now? It's too far out of his hands. He bitters, but what will that accomplish at this stage? What could this be? But the defiant thrashing about someone who knows that he's already lost. Not even the bombs can save him now. He did what he could, and it went way better than expected, but it still wasn't enough. The boulder did not prove immovable before the unstoppable force that is SBU. With a final score of 4-2, SBU has won the match. With this victory, SBU advances to the Flower Bracket semi-finals, becoming our first semi-finalist of the tournament. Meanwhile, PikPik enters the Leaf Bracket, where he will be facing Highloaf in Leaf Bracket Quarterfinal 1 sometime in the future. Meanwhile, we are about to have Flower Bracket Quarterfinal 4 between TCB and Drought Ender. So until then, stay tuned!